You know, this episode is going to be released on my birthday. So wish me happy birthday, everybody! Thanks. Do. Yeah! Can I get your autograph?
Yeah, of course.
You just signed a 5-year lease, sucker!
Let's make sure you know what to look for in a lease so that this never happens to you. First and foremost, a lease is an exchange of money from you, the tenant, for property from a landlord for a certain amount of time.
Because of this, these documents are very, very serious, so it's really important to know exactly what's on them. That said, leases can be long and boring and hard to understand, so we're going to go through some of the basic things that are on a lease.
Usually it's going to be a monthly rate that you're paying for your apartment. Pay attention to what happens if you pay rent late. Are you going to have to pay an extra month's rent? Are you going to be kicked out into the cold?
Definitely look for how much money you're going to have to pay up front and how much money you're going to get back in the end. Security deposits are big chunks of money that the landlord keeps, and if you follow all the rules, you get it back in the end. Other things you might need to pay right away include first month's rent, last month's rent, maybe a broker's fee if you use one.
So if you're looking at a 2-bedroom apartment that you're going to share with a roommate and it's $1,400 a month, that means that you're going to have to pay $700 every month. And if you have to pay first month's rent, last month's rent, security deposit, and a broker's fee of, let's say, $700 each, that's going to cost you a whole bunch of money. How much would that cost? Make sure you carry the zero.
About $2,800 before you even move in.
So yeah, pay attention to that. But how do you even get money to the landlord?
Oh, actually, I do know. My apartment complex has automated payments, which is awesome!
But not all landlords allow you to do something like that. I had to pay a check every month. A lot of times your bank will actually have some kind of bill pay service. Sometimes though, you may just have to hand deliver your check to your landlord every month.
There's also a part of the lease that defines your responsibilities as the tenant.
Things like reporting damage right away. Sometimes your landlord's actually responsible for fixing things like the doors, the appliances, the heater, but they can't do it unless you tell them about it.
Also, general maintenance. Upkeep is largely your responsibility as renter, and so you need to look at your lease to see what that entails. And the deeper, more philosophical questions. What modifications can you make to the space around you? How can you make this place truly your own?
Some leases specify wall painting rules. Some even say something about what holes you can drill or hammer into the wall. For example, we read Clara's lease and realized that actually we could do whatever we wanted to the room. So here's what we came up with.
And make sure you know what your lease says about subleases.
Subleases are contracts that allow someone new to live in your apartment. The big difference between a lease and a sublease is that your name is still on the lease. So technically, you're responsible for getting the rent from the subletter and any damage that they might cause.
You want to make sure that if a roommate or if you move, then you don't have to break your lease, because that costs cash.
Cash.
Cash. Cash. Cash.
Don't worry too much if you don't remember everything from this video, because we'll make a list and post it online for you.
And you can let us know if we left anything out. You can tell us through our social media as per usual. Tumblr, Twitter, Pinterest, Facebook, and YouTube comments. This has been Clara.
And David.
And you've been watching the 20-something Starter Kit. See you next Monday.
Making the noodles. Making the sauce. Sauce. You got sauce there.
We're coming up with the pasta sauce. The pasta dance.
And then also just any additions that you want to make. A protein of some kind of like hearty vegetable or